near the famed Iowa Speedway outside Des Moines, delaying practice for an IndyCar race. This stunning photo shows a massive wall cloud there as storms move through. Tonight, 24 million Americans are under threat of severe storms and possible tornadoes across the Midwest. In Illinois, punishing hail barreled in overnight as heavy rain flooded Rockford and this part of Chicago. This stunning photo showing lightning striking both the Willis Tower and Hancock Building. In nearby Cary, firefighters believe lightning sparked this house fire, capping an exhausting week of violent storms nationwide. Dozens rescued in North Carolina Thursday, where authorities now say 2 people died as cars were swept off the road. A Davidson County couple and their friends now stranded after floodwaters wiped out the only road leading to their home.
This never crossed my mind. Something as catastrophic as this is.
Storms also wreaking havoc on air travel, forcing a ground stop here at Chicago O'Hare earlier today, and a tornado watch is now in effect for the area until late tonight. Tom.
All right, Peggy. Out west, hot and dry conditions are stoking wildfires, forcing evacuations at one of the most popular tourist destinations in America, the Grand Canyon. Steve Patterson reports as crews get to work on the fire lines.
Tonight, the skies above one of America's greatest natural wonders, shrouded in plumes of towering smoke. The north rim of the Grand Canyon National Park now closed after the White Sage Fire, sparked by a lightning strike, exploded overnight, rapidly expanding to more than 8,000 acres. Park officials telling tourists, get out now.
We're going to have people responding, trying to combat this fire as best as possible.
Morgan Lane took this video from her property near the fire.
We got the live evacuation notice on our cell phones.
Meanwhile, across the border in Utah, the Deer Creek fire burning out of control, also forcing evacuations as crews attack the flames from the air. Back in Arizona, a major problem, sweltering conditions fueling the fire. Can you feel that smoke right now?
Yeah, you can smell it. It's crazy. It's very thick, you know, almost apocalyptic to just see these clouds of smoke just coming in.
Tom, no containment on this fire so far. The problem is battling the forecast. Those high temperatures make rush all the recipe for the flames to spread. Tom.
Steve Patterson for us tonight. Steve, thank you. Now to the deadly flooding in Texas that claimed more than 120 lives. President Trump visiting the Hill Country today, surveying that damage and meeting with first responders and victims' families. Here's Morgan Chesky.
President Trump today on the ground in Kerrville, Texas, 1 week after the nightmare flood left a deadly wake of devastation.
I've never seen anything like it. A little narrow river that becomes a monster.
The president and first lady meeting with grief-stricken families and defending the local response after questions over whether more could have been done to warn those along the river.
It's easy to sit back and say, oh, what could have happened here or there, you know. Maybe we could have done something differently. This was a thing that has never happened before.
With the number missing slowly dropping, the death toll remains staggering. The flood's now claiming at least 121 lives. Today, authorities identifying Kellyanne Lightoll as the latest loss from Camp Mystic. The 8-year-old seen here singing at a recent Christmas concert. In Dallas, hundreds honoring another 8-year-old camper, Hadley Hannah, remembered with love near her hometown. Today's survivors reckoning with reality.
This was
living room.
In Hunt, Lori Lowe was home with her husband, waking up overnight to water rushing in.
I knew we were in trouble by the time we got to our truck, 3 feet deep, raging river.
This was her bedroom. Danny Olivas giving us a heartbreaking tour of his gutted home.
We were just in shock looking at everything here, and everything was still inside floating, and we even had fish in one of the rooms in there.
Now an army of volunteers tackling this tragedy one day at a time.
you got your whole house in your front yard, and yet you somehow one of the lucky ones here.
Very fortunate because we're alive.
And tonight here in Kerrville, as the number of these crosses grows alongside the death toll, search crews tell me they are prepared to be here working for the next several weeks, if not months. Tom.
Morgan Chesky again for us from Texas. Morgan, thank you. Now to the violent clashes as protesters try to block ICE agents from carrying out immigration enforcement operations, including at a cannabis farm in California. Liz Kreutz is there.
Tonight, we're learning more about this chaotic showdown between ICE agents who arrived at 2 Southern California cannabis farms executing search warrants and the protesters trying to stop them. This boy now looking for his mom, who he says is 2 months pregnant and among those detained Thursday.
I want to go to get my mom out.
Gotta move. You gotta move now.
Security guard here was also detained. Video shows him arriving in his car, talking to agents, and later backing up as tear gas is deployed.
Where is the Constitution in this? Where is the U.S. in this? Like, we fought for this. We fought for your freedom, and he's not even free.
ICE tonight telling us Torres' husband was among 7 citizens arrested for assault. Border czar Tom Homan condemning violence against ICE agents, including these protesters throwing rocks at them. And the FBI tonight looked at this man appearing to pull out a gun and open fire at officers.
What happened in California is just another example of protesters becoming, and they've been emboldened by even members of Congress who compare ICE to Nazis and racists and terrorists.
This latest clash comes after 2 violent incidents in Texas. In Alvarado, police say attackers opened fire during a planned ambush on an ICE detention center, wounding an officer. And in McAllen, an armed man was killed after shooting at a border patrol station. Back here in California, DHS saying 200 undocumented workers were arrested and at least 10 migrant children, some as young as 14, were found working there.
This marijuana plantation is a clear-cut example of labor trafficking and child trafficking, which are heinous crimes.
But immigrant advocates slamming President Trump's deportation efforts.
What is the mood right now in this community?
There's a lot of concern and a lot of fears to have the tear gas against civilians. The cruelty is the point.
And tonight, the farm says they fully comply with search warrants. Meanwhile, we've learned that a worker who fell during the chaos of the raids is now on life support. The Farm Workers Union previously said he had died. Tom?
Okay, Liz, we thank you. Tonight we're learning stunning details in the escape of the convicted murderer